Hey, we are starting lesson 7. You have come so far. I am very proud of all of you that have worked so hard to get to where we are this semester. This week, we are working on time management, and this is one of my favorites because I think we're all trying to be better at how we use and spend our time, and this helps us be very purposeful in reflecting on how we spend our time. So, before I go over what's due, I just want to take a minute to talk about assignments. You have these assignments that are due midweek, Wednesday nights, Mountain Time. Um, these things that are due Saturday night. Now, here is my suggestion and my tip. Do not wait until Saturday to get all of these done. If you do that, then one, you won't have as much of a learning experience. I think it's hard to learn when you're stressed and spending a minimal amount of time to get something done. And if you run into any problems like iLearn is down and you can't get into it, or your computer crashes, or your Microsoft Word isn't working, then it doesn't give you time to get the problem fixed and still get the assignments in on time so that you don't get points taken off. So please, 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 I would suggest all week long spending a little time each day, and this assignment will help you see where you can fit in time each day to work on assignments. So I'm going to go into the application activity because it's always the little more complicated assignment that changes each week. Okay, so it kind of has an introduction about how much time we have in a week and what that time is spent on, and that gives just this much time for us to make decisions on, because we have sleep that we spend doing, and they give average of 8 hours of night. I know that's more or less than some of you get. You have time that you need to dedicate to this course each week, and then you have your gathering, which can be 1.5 hours. It could be more if you have to drive or travel farther. And then 3 hours of church, or even more if you have to travel. So when we figure out all that time, about 88 hours are left for you to spend doing other things. And so we're going to reflect on what those other things are this week. So you're going to track your activities for 2 days, so 48 hours. I would suggest doing this earlier in the week. Sometimes as the week goes on or we get to the weekend, our day looks different than it normally does. So I would suggest doing it during the week, 2 days. And so when you track, you're going to identify what you're doing and what category that falls into. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to, you have an application activity template that you'll answer or fill out. But first, you have to do the time chart, and you don't have to submit that time chart, but you do answer questions about it on the template. I'll show you. So it says use the time chart to track for 48 hours. So I downloaded it. I'm going to open it. Okay. So say I start Monday night at midnight, and the activity I'm doing is I'm going to sleep. Quite a bit, so I can put that. You could always merge those cells up until 7 o'clock or whatever time you wake up that you're going to sleep, okay? And the category, and you'll see when I get my template open, well, you'll see it right here. Here are the different categories. Sleep falls into sleep, so that one's pretty easy. Then after that, I'm going to decide maybe I wake up and I eat breakfast. And so if I look here, oh, it falls into the category of eat. So I'm going to put that my category was eat. This category was sleep all the way down. Then maybe I get ready. And this might, okay, sorry, I had to pause it for just a minute. So I hope I take off where I left off. So I have to get ready. And as I look at my categories, that might just be part of your personal time, is getting ready for the day. Then maybe I drive to work. So that would fall in travel. And then a category is work, and maybe that's what my next. I'm at work maybe from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So it goes all throughout the whole thing. You can always just copy and paste it. Oh, my computer's gonna freeze. Okay, and it's in the category of work. So you keep doing this. What do I do at 4 o'clock when I get home? Maybe I take a nap after a long day of work. And I would say that's probably the leisure time. So that would be my category, would be leisure. Maybe then I read my scriptures. And you could either put that into church or personal. It could be study or gathering, because part of our assignment, some of your assignments is to study the scriptures. So it could be study / gathering, or if you read your scriptures at the gathering, that would go there. So, or read your scriptures for the gathering. So you keep doing that for 2 days, day 1, day 2. So I love doing this, and I hope as you do it, you're honest. Don't try to include things that you usually don't do. I would suggest just doing your 2 days. Maybe I do Tuesday and Wednesday as I usually do, and then take a minute to reflect. And I can do that with my template where it says, did you use a time chart and track your activities for full 48 hours? You would say yes or no. Okay, so you don't have to submit your time chart to me, but you need to say on your honor, did you track for 48 hours? If you only did it for 1 day, you could be like, no, just for 24 hours. And then I'd give you partial credit. How many hours did you spend in each category? Okay, I have many students that get confused here, so I hope you're listening and watching this far. So it says, how many hours did you spend in each category? So I'm going to put the first one, sleep. Maybe it was 8 hours for 2 days, so 16 hours. And then I look at my next category, eat. Maybe I spent 3 hours in the 2 days eating. So you keep doing that until you have all your categories. Okay. So I should see all these hours should total 48 hours. Describe an insight. Maybe I noticed I sleep a lot. I probably don't need that much sleep. I could get more done. Or I don't sleep very much. And so I'm not effective. I'm not as efficient as I could be. So I'm going to get more sleep. Maybe I spend too much time on leisure. And leisure is important. I think it's great to wind down, to have some relaxation, but maybe I have too much time that I'm doing leisure. Maybe I'm not spending enough time with church or family. So go through and answer all those questions and then submit it. And I hope you find that you learned something new. And the neat thing about this assignment is it helps you set goals. Some of you had your SMART goal in the past was something about spending or scheduling your time. So this can help you work on that SMART goal, or maybe help you see, oh, I didn't set a goal for time management, but it looks like I probably should. I'm not being very effective. So I love this week. I love time management. I think, like I said, I'm always working on it, always have room to improve. Let me know what questions you have this week. And as I mentioned in my note, Monday is President's Day in the United States, and so I spend that time with my family. It's a holiday for us instructors. I'll do what I can to check in with emails, but if I don't get back to you, I will be responding to all my emails by Tuesday morning. So have a great week, and I will talk to you next week.